Welcome to Depth with Academia. I'm Richard, CEO of academia.edu, and, well, today I'm really excited to be into an astonishingly ambitious piece of research by Ev Singh. The paper is titled The Unified Structure of Reality and the Theory of Everything, and, just heads up as usual, I'm here to present the work neutrally, digging into its arguments and insights, not to endorse it personally. Academic research is always conversation, not an absolute truth. So what's at stake in Raj Singh's work? Why should you, right now, on whatever walk, commute or break are taking, why should you care? The core question couldn't be much, what is? Do substances form the particles, atoms, stuff, or is it ultimately something deeper, structural, dynamic, recursive? This isn't philosophical musing either. Singh's thesis has implications from biology to information theory, consciousness, and even artificial intelligence. His big idea, maybe reality isn't built substances all, but from relationships, logical constraints, and recursive organization. Let's break that down. Singh claims the foundational pillars, structure, information, and logic aren't separate. Instead, they're three views of the same underlying principle. Structure organizes relations in the information is what distinguishes different states within that structure. Logic defines the rules that allow transformation and change. But according to Singh, these are not independent domains. They're fundamentally unified. How does this look practice? Imagine structure, say, a network of possible connections. What Singh says is relational difference between points. Information is those differences, and logic governs how one pattern turns into another. It's not an analogy for physics. Singh insists it's the ontological ground of all of reality. Now here where it gets especially spicy, recursion. Reality, in this view, isn't a fixed grid or a static bank of facts. It's a recursive process. Systems that refer to themselves, update based on own states, generate increasing complexity, even, well, self-awareness. Think of own mind modeling not just the world, but also itself in the Singh's universe, atoms, cells, minds, AI, all are part of a cosmic self-sussed informational recursion. And, quick digression, always tickles me about recursion. Gödel's incompleteness, feedback loops in music, or even classic image of two mirrors each other. Recursion has this sense of ing on reflection that sometimes makes my head spin, but I digress back to Singh's actual system. He lays out a stage ontological cycle: existence, information, awareness, reflection, and wisdom. Existence, structure itself. Information is the differentiation of structure. Awareness is the subjective experience of information by a system. Reflection is when awareness observes itself, and wisdom is where the system integrates everything into meaningful, coherent understanding, like reality folding back on itself and asking, what am I? This cycle from structure to self-aware intelligence and, potentially, to something like cosmic self-recognition, even argues that artificial intelligence, yes, the stuff behind recommendations image generators, represents the universe, its ability to reflect and model, moving toward distributed hybrid of intelligence that might eventually include and the AI in a joint trajectory of meaning making. His methods, it not experiments or data in traditional sense, but a synthesis. Philosophy, physics, logic, information theory, and biology are all together, and the argument is that domains only appear separate because we're missing their shared foundation. Some key insights for listeners. First, reality isn't so much a collection of things, but process, recursive, evolving, and self-referential. Second matter, mind and information aren't ontologically distinct. Matter is stable information. Mind is recursive. Self-modeling logic is the rules that make both possible. Third, intelligence, be it or, isn't an accident but a necessary stage in the universe's journey towards self-understanding. Wild, right? Fourth, according to this theory, there are limits to knowledge, because recursive are always incomplete. Think Gödel's incompleteness, or a system that can't model itself. Total understanding is never possible. Instead, knowledge is always open-ended, evolving, and, maybe, a little bit forever. What does this all mean for you? It suggests that you and every act of thought, perception, reflection are literally the making of itself. You're not outside the system, you're in the recursive loop of reality's own evolving self-awareness. But, and this is important, this is one theoretical framework. Rajiv Singh at declaring this the final answer to existence. He's offering a powerful lens, a way to see connections domains we usually keep separate and to ask new questions. Maybe it's right. We'll pick apart and find deeper insights. Either way, it's a thrilling invitation to rethink what we're made of. That's all for today on In Depth with Academia. If kind of untheory fires up curiosity or just gives you a headache, check out Sing's paper and With the Conversation. Remember, in academia, we're all just trying to know a bit more together about an endlessly fascinating universe. Thanks listening.